Because there's an uprising going on. I don't know whether an uprising is the right word, but arguably it just might be, you know. How do you know there's a different political crisis? I mean, different than anything that we've experienced. Maybe unprecedented in some ways. You know there's a different political crisis when thousands, tens of thousands of people all over the country go and shut down airports, and it's not even about them.
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't happen. See, that's unusual. That shows that something's happening. Everybody understands that it's different. A lot of revolutionaries, I know some of my friends and comrades in the Black Lives Matter movement, they're like, where were you people? Where? You know, and it's true, they got a point. And we should be empathetic to that. You know, which is not to say there weren't a lot of wonderful, huge demonstrations, you know, against these murders. But this is on an even different level. It's a big opening. It's a big opening, and it seems like an uprising. And number one, the job of us, regardless of generation, experience, lack of experience, is to support it. To do everything we can to support it. Especially those who want to push it further. Who want to shut shit down. Who are in the leadership of the militant wing of it. Even if they're a little out there alone, we should embrace them. Because that's the difference between everyday shit and revolutionary shit. See, there's a lesson here in a crisis like this about the Democratic Party, the loyal opposition. Political crisis and revolution. Who knows whether we'll be able to make a revolution because of Trump? I would suggest to you, and this may sound like, you know, what's he smoking? It's possible. How close might we be to that, even right now? You see, Comcast workers, other workers, you know, bodegas shutting down, people shutting down airports, you know, stuff being trashed in Berkeley, you know, not by hundreds, thousands of people, you know, and this is just 2 weeks. See, the Democratic Party, if it weren't the loyal opposition, which means that no matter what, even if they shoot a couple of those people, members of Congress, or arrest them, I think, they will still support the status quo. Right. They won't break with it, you know. Oh, he's the president, we're special, we're America, don't break with it, you know. That's their job. They understand it so much. It's the poison air that they breathe. If they wanted to, they wouldn't even have to wait a month. You know, people are already talking about general strikes. Right. There's a general strike called for 2 weeks from now. You know, some people have called a general strike for International Working Women's Day. And, you know, some of the comrades are always talking about what are we going to do on May Day, you know. I don't know whether there's a chance for these to become general strikes, but the fact that people are even, you know, saying it shows that they feel that this is big. This is an opening. This is not the normal everyday stuff. This is a crisis, and the masses should do something big. If the Democratic Party wanted to really shut Trump down, all they would have to do. Now, if someone knew more about, you know, congressional maneuvers than I did, they could probably explain why they could use even the laws on the congressional books to do stuff. But let's not talk about that. They could walk out on the steps of the Capitol. There's several hundred members of Congress who are Democrats, maybe 40 some odd senators. They could walk out on the steps of Congress. They have the biggest microphone. We don't have that microphone, not yet. And they could say, we have an announcement to make. There's been a fascist coup. And these people are tearing up the Constitution. Nobody's safe. Not Muslims, not workers, nobody, you know. So we can't do much. So we're calling on all of y'all to come out and stay out and just shut everything down. walk out your workplaces, shut down factories, shut down every store, every business, every street, every transportation hub, shut down everything. Yeah. And not just for an hour, shut it down. Period. Until this stops. Until this stops. Millions of people would respond to that now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't respond to that every day. But today, or if not today, very soon, they would respond to that. But the Democrats are not going to do that.
That's right.
And this is their problem. This is our problem, comrades. This is why we have to use this crisis to build the revolutionary movement, so that our microphone gets bigger and bigger and bigger, so that we're able to do that sooner than later. I'll tell you another thing the Democrats can do too. I should have mentioned this earlier, but it's important because of who they are, but they won't do it. Not only do we want y'all to shut everything down, bring the country to a standstill. To a standstill. Nothing moves. Stay in overnight. It's not even all that cold yet. Stay there. And we say this to the military. Don't intervene. Don't intervene. Who knows? Maybe there's crazy generals who would intervene, but it would cause confusion. It would create a better atmosphere. And they could even, police, you know how they're really pigs, so they might not listen to it. But they could call on them. We don't want the police to stop this either. Just stay to the side. Stay in your departments. Stay in your, a lot of police would follow the directions of their sheriffs and officials and so forth, but some of them would become confused and not know what to do. It would create optimum conditions for revolutionary activity, but they're not going to do that because that's not their role. Their role is to go to prison, being the loyal opposition, before they would do something like that. Let's organize so that we can do something like that, maybe sooner than later.